Hello my loves, it's Kat. How are you? What are you doing? I hope you're good. So today we are going to take a look at some messages from your animal spirit guides. So what you need to do is to choose a card or a crystal. We have card 1 with blue lace agate, card 2 with the rainbow moonstone, card 3 with the master stone, card 4 with aventurine, card 5 with rose quartz, and card 6 with clear quartz. So when you have made your decision, go down to the description box to find your timestamp. I will give you a few seconds to decide, and when you're ready, I will see you at your reading. So hello my beautiful pile number ones, and you chose the blue lace agate and the canary spirit, sing your own song. Okay, I'm gonna get a couple of these cards as well. Right away I say that I feel like you have been hiding yourself. You have been or hiding your true self, or hiding a part of you, kind of like this is just an example, but let's say that you have some hobbies, and whenever you talk about your hobbies to other people and you get really excited, and then you realize that like they don't get it at all, and they kind of think you're really weird, and you get kind of like disappointed, and you're like, okay, I'm just gonna shut up now, I'm sorry. That's kind of what I feel here, like you have been hiding yourself from people. You've kind of been like embarrassed, you didn't want people to look at you like you're a weirdo, but listen, weirdos are the best. And I'm a weirdo, so oh, okay, there we go. Oh, I wanted to. Excellent. So we have 9 of Earth, enjoying life's little luxuries, spending quiet time alone, successful self-employment. Okay. And we have the High Priestess, listen to your intuition, have patience, consider carefully what you want before acting. Okay. That makes kind of sense. So there is this... Oh, they are all... Okay, now it looks much better. Okay, so, what was I gonna say? It was something about... Yeah, it was something about... I don't know, I feel like you wish that you could talk to somebody about like what you like, and you know, all those things that you're kind of trying to hide from. I think it's just certain people that you're trying to hide them from. I feel like they might be really judgmental, or they just don't get it, or they just make you feel bad, so you avoid speaking your truth around certain people. And I think that you may have some people you talk about this stuff with, but I don't know, it doesn't even have to be about hobbies. It could be something that you're really interested in, or conspiracy theories, or whatever. I'm also kind of like murder mysteries, but that's not weird. Murder mysteries are awesome. Anyway, there is this like fear of how people would see you, how they would view you, what they would think about you if they knew what sort of things you're into. Like they wouldn't... Oh shit, I'm sorry. Like they wouldn't understand, and they would think that you're kind of odd and something like that. But there is this like there is this almost like a desperate need to be seen, to be heard, to be you. And it's almost like it's driving you crazy not being able to be you, but it's also too intimidating to let go of that you know, like the safety of fitting in. You know, does that make any sense to you? Oh, that's a little too much. So pile number 1, animal spirit guides. What messages do you have for my beautiful pile number 1? There's also this, like, maybe you wish that you were someone else kind of. I feel like you are one of those people who would who would spend an entire day at the library and be so happy in there, like being quiet, being by yourself, reading books, reading about like adventures and reading about magical realms and fierce people, like sword fights, pirates, whatever. Like that's what I feel like you would, if you could, you would live in a bookstore or a library or something like that. That is something that you would love to be in. Oh. Okay, everything's fine. So yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, totally. We have Queen of Pentacles. So there is this it's almost like there is a kingdom out there, or a queendom out there for you, just waiting for you to come back, kind of. Like they're just waiting for their queen or their king to come back and rule the kingdom. And they're just waiting. They're just holding their breath until you come. And what it requires you, because look, there is a crown. I'm gonna show you. There is a crown on the bird's head. So what I usually take from there are a few cards in that deck where the animals have that sort of crown on their heads. What I take it from it is that there is like you're supposed to rule a kingdom, and the way that you do that is by doing what the message is telling you to do, if that makes sense. So your message here in that card is sing your own song, and that is how you would get back to your kingdom. Meaning, I'm sorry, I'm losing my voice. Meaning that, well, the kingdom, I think, here is probably getting control over your own life, getting control over your decisions, over your life, over your future, over your past, over your present. But at the same time, it's about guiding other people to do the same. Almost like having a following, kind of. But it's more like you finally accept who you are and you become the person you were always meant to be, and this will inspire others to do the same. Because that is something that I love about the Queen of Pentacles, especially in this deck. It's my favorite card, this one here, because she's not, usually the Queen of Pentacles is like covered in flowers and fancy clothing, and there are like fruits and animals and flowers, and it's like, it's overwhelming. Like she is so rich that it doesn't even matter anymore. But here There are no flowers, there are no fruits, the clothing seems kind of plain, and there is no crown per se. Well, it's made of those like twigs, I don't know. But there is no actual like a crown, like a golden crown or a tiara or nothing. I just love that Queen of Pentacles, because she's like, I don't need anything to make me feel this way. I just have to feel it. Like I don't need the riches. I don't need the admiration. I'm just who I am, and I am just living my life as I was always meant to live it. There's this peace of mind, peace of being who you are, and that is what I see in your future. Especially if you have been, this could be in the past, by the way, that maybe you were kind of, like perhaps your friends weren't really your friends in a way, like they were, I kind of see like a people kind of like giving you critiques, but then like making it seem like a joke, like, you know, you can't get angry about a joke, or like saying something mean and adding after it, I'm just saying this because I love you. You know, like somehow like sneaking in those bad comments and kind of, I don't know, kind of like falsely delivering them as something else, like as something like a joke or a compliment even, because I know that some people have this power of complimenting people by insulting them or the other way around, insulting people by complimenting them. Yes, that's it. Yeah. I feel like you may have suffered through that, but there is this freedom, there is this feeling of freedom here, that this like growing wings, that's what I feel here. There are 3 cards here with actual wings, and then there is the Queen of Pentacles, who is like free in her mind. Like she can do whatever she wants. Well, she can do anything that is something that she would do. Does that make sense? She is being true to herself. She does what she's meant to do. But she doesn't actually... How do I say that? It's really hard to put into words. It's almost like she's not doing what you expect her to do. She does what she finds true to her, if that makes sense. That's what I feel. And then we have Queen of Swords. Yeah, there is this freedom, this almost like leaving something behind, or leaving some people behind even. You're leaving something behind, and that happens because you are speaking your own truth. You are actually living the way that you were kind of meant to, the kind of like how you were kind of called to do, but I feel like you were often too scared or too worried to do what you felt like needed to be done. And there is this sort of like energy of facing the unknown alone, because it's not that you wouldn't have liked the company, it's more like the company you had refused to follow you. but it's almost like a good thing, because those who would have followed you, you would have known that those were like the real people. They loved you. And I have often said this, like when we grow, when we cross another bridge to a new stage in our lives, sometimes that bridge is too narrow and you can't take a lot of people with you. And I feel like this is something that is going to happen for you. The bridge is just so narrow. Not a lot of people are going to fit. And those that fit, they are going to get to the other side with you. They are going to experience your transformation. But not many people can come with you. And so that's just how life works. Often when people transform, it sort of triggers a transformation in other people too, because they feel inspired. But not a lot of people have gone through enough healing. They don't want to. They don't want to change, because that would mean healing, and healing would mean letting go of things that have hurt you. And it's often when people they sort of internally feel like, well, I have based my entire personality, I have based it on this experience that I had, this trauma that I had. And so if I let go of it, if I heal that part of myself, then what's left? Who am I? No, I don't. If I do that, then I will lose myself. So I'm just gonna keep staying the way I am. And that's fine for them. That is their decision. But that means that they can't come with you. And so be it. There is just this like people who are meant to follow you, people who are meant to come with you, they will, and people who are not, they will just slide away. I always say slide away because I imagine it almost being like your skin is slippery and they can't hold on to you, so they just slide away. That's how I see it in my head. But I do see that there are some people, specifically people who are not going to be there with you. And I almost feel like you might be a little bit relieved, although you might be a little bit scared of going alone or going with so very few people. But when something goes away from our lives, it creates space for better things to come. Almost like let's say you buy a new couch, okay? You buy a new couch and it's gorgeous, but you have to get rid of the old couch first in order to make a room for the new couch. So the old couch has to go first. If you buy the new couch before getting rid of the old one, your living room is going to be so cramped that you can't even get in there to grab the old couch. So the old couch has to go first. And this goes with everything else. Old friends that are not meant to enter the next stage with you, they have to go first before new people who are meant to be in your lives can come into your life. So the space has to be created. We also, I had gotten these cards. They all fell out together, and I've been just holding them in my hands, but I didn't even look at them. So we have the lovers. Ooh, this is exciting. This could also be, I also say that this might be about a relationship for some of you. And I'm being taken to a video that I watched by someone on YouTube. I don't know why I don't remember her name, but she told me that, well, it was some sort of like a fitness journey video. She explained how the journey started, how she started losing weight or something like that. And it started with her being in a toxic relationship, and then she had kind of like realized that she had sort of like lost herself, so she started going to the gym, because she in the past she had been going to the gym, she was always lean, but then she got into this relationship and it was no good, and she started gaining weight, and in that relationship somehow she just kind of like woke up and realized how much she had changed. Like, she didn't even recognize herself anymore, not in the mirror or not like mentally, emotionally. So she started going to the gym again, and this kind of like triggered this change, complete change. She became who she was again, but also I kind of feel like it was like 2.0 version of her, because we don't normally go back to something that we used to be. That never happens. We sometimes become less of who we are and then more who we are, and that feels like going back to who you were, but it's more like a 2.0 kind of situation. Anyway, so this could be about a relationship for some of you, not necessarily friends. It could also be work people, but I say them being kind of like close to you, close enough that you would tell them your secrets and stuff like this, that you would share these things they may have then bullied you for a little bit. Anyway, yeah, so if you're single, or if you are going to be single, you know who you are. You know who you are. If you feel like you are in a steady, healthy relationship right now, then you have nothing to worry about. This is a general reading, so take what resonates. But either way, there is a healthy, beautiful relationship either ahead of you or in your present already. So if you feel like, if you have this fear that, oh no, I'm gonna end up alone, I'm not going to have any friends if I do this, if I start actually speaking my truth, if I actually say what's in my mind, I'm going to lose everyone. No, you won't. You will lose the people who are not good for you, and you will gain people who are good for you. We also have King of Wands, which is, to me, it's a spirit guides are around you, guiding you. I also feel like there is the only wrong step here that you could take is keep doing things as you have been doing them. That's the quote-unquote wrong way about it. And if you do that, then things will just stay the same. But so the whole point here is to help you speak out, help you gain your confidence to be more like, listen, I would rather be alone than with poor company, you know. So that is something that, you know, kind of has to click in your head, that, you know, you won't be alone. And even if you would, it would be okay, because then at least they wouldn't make me feel bad about these things. They, like, the real people who love you, they won't make you feel bad about things that you love or that bring you happiness. They won't do that. So yeah, that's something you have to think about. I know that it can be scary. I know it. I've been through this before. But you're not alone. You have a huge team behind you. And honestly, the freedom that I feel here, if I could give you the teeniest, tiniest bit of it to feel for yourself, I think you would not hesitate to act. But you still don't know how it feels, so I understand that it can be scary. Anyway, I wish I could just take you on a magic carpet ride to show you what's out there, so you would never think that you would have to settle again. There is a kingdom, there is a queendom out there for you, but all you have to do is to speak your mind, decide that I deserve better, and that's what you will get. So this is what I had for you. I really hope you enjoyed. I would really love to read for you again, so I hope I see you in my next one. Bye! Hello, my beautiful pile number 2. So you chose the Rainbow Moonstone and the Cat Spirit. Claim your independence. Okay. So I have quite a few messages here. There is something about you are leaning against some for some, how do I, you're leaning for some support from some people. This could be your parents, this could be your family or friends, and it could be about anything. Could be that you don't really have the money to live alone right now, or you just lost your job, or you are starting your own business or something, and you need some support. But the message here is that it is time to go for it. It's time to you know, get rid of the training wheels and get to it. That's the message here, basically. But the reason for it could be really anything. This could also be that you are in a relationship and you haven't, for some of you, this could be about a relationship when you haven't actually been single for a very long time, if ever. That you just keep jumping from relationship to a relationship, and you have never really had the time to be single. And so if you're feeling like that and you are in a relationship right now and you don't think it's going to work out, maybe you should, you know, cut it out, but also kind of like make sure that you have some time for yourself first. There is this like craving for independence, craving for some alone time. Like perhaps you still live at home and you feel like there is no privacy or something. Oh, we have 3 of these. Well, we're just gonna take them. We have 9 of Air, exciting, expecting the worst, self-fulfilling prophecies, sleepless nights. Okay. So, well, okay, let's pause here. Yeah, I do feel like you have this feeling that, you know, if I go for it, you have this like, like a pessimistic outlook about this thing, almost like, you know, a pessimist won't get disappointed, so, you know, it's safer that way, but actually it's not. It's actually a lot worse. Yeah, so you are kind of worried. I see that. You're really worried about how it's going to, you know, be. How are you going to make it work? Perhaps you've never done anything like this before, and it's worrying you. We have 10 of Air, the end of a difficult situation, embrace the change, and expect things to get better now. recovering from an addiction. Okay. Yeah, so I do see this addiction being kind of like addicted on support, kind of. That's kind of what I see here. You could have been in this codependent relationship, could be with your friends, your family, your parents, your significant other. There is this like neediness, there is this like needing to hold on to someone like a koala. That's kind of what I say, like a koala bear holding on to something. And then we have unity, traditional viewpoints or methods, spiritual organizations, seek out mentors and like-minded friends. Okay. Yeah, I see that. It could be that, you know, especially if it's about your parents, your parents have been kind of like forcing you to depend on them. I see that for some of you. That might require some therapy. I know from own experience. But it doesn't have to be therapy. It could be just someone who has been through the same thing, or someone who understands. Well, basically, I just really want you to talk about it. Just so that it doesn't really happen again, you know? But I do feel like this came from from your childhood, kind of like that's where it started. You kind of you felt this need to be with people, because I feel like maybe you feel like it's not safe to be alone, kind of, I don't know. That's kind of what I feel here. But there is also this thirst of proving yourself, this thirst to show people what you're capable of. And there is this excitement, like, let me just show you what I can do. Just let me go, let go of my leash and just trust that I will do the right thing here. Just let me go and I will show you. I will show you that it wasn't a mistake. That's something that I feel here. But there is some toxicity about this relationship that I'm talking about. Could be with parents, could be with family, friends, boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, husband, fiance. Ooh, yes. We have the strength. Exactly what I wanted to see here. Yes. Yes. Good. Definitely. There is this thirst of proving yourself. You just really want to show people what you can do. I don't think that people would have like really given you a opportunity to show what you can do. I feel like maybe you have always been kind of sheltered, really like watched over, kept on a tight leash. But there is this feeling like it's time for me to live my own life. It's time for me to let go. I almost feel like you're a captive. It makes me really sad. Almost like, I don't know. There's this like feeling of captivity. It makes me really, really sad. Pile number 2, Spirit Guides. Pile number 2. Okay. Okay. We have 7 of Wands. And then we have 6 of Wands. Okay. So whatever this is that you are trying to do, that you are trying to show people, you will make it happen. It will actually be as successful as you think. Well, maybe, well, this could be this 9 of Air card, expecting the worst, self-fulfilling prophecies. I feel like that could have been why you never took that step in the past, but now you're kind of like, you know what, I'm just gonna do it anyway. I'm just gonna do it. What else am I going to do? So realizing that, you know, no matter what, I will be okay, because, you know, I'm still me and it's not going to break me. There is this fire inside of you that's going to be ignited when you get free, and it will just be amazing for everyone. I actually, okay, so this is my own story. I actually, when I moved out of my parents' house, I actually ran away. I got into a huge fight with my stepmom and my dad, and I called a friend and asked them to pick me up. I packed up my more important things and I stayed with a friend for 2 weeks, and within that 2 weeks I had gotten myself an apartment, and I just moved straight to the new apartment with hold on. So within that 2 weeks I moved into that new apartment, and my little brother, who still stayed at my parents' house, he said that my parents had been talking and he heard, and that they were expecting me to call them one night and ask them to, you know, come and get me because I couldn't do it. They were really expecting me to call them and say, I made a mistake, I don't want to live alone, please come and get me. They were really expecting it, really. And it made me so angry because I had never been happier. I was doing amazing. I had my own place and I could buy whatever food I wanted. I didn't have to even fight with anybody. I could go to sleep whenever I wanted. I could watch TV as long as I wanted. My parents were really strict, by the way. Oh, sorry. And so I got so angry, and I thought to myself, you know, no matter how bad things get, I don't care how bad they get, I will not call my parents and move back in with them because of what they said. I just couldn't. That would have been so humiliating for me to let them think that they were right. And they weren't right. I left alone ever since. I think they actually stopped thinking that I would move back after I had a boyfriend at the time, and he moved in with me after like 6 months or so. I think that's when they gave up. Or within a year. That's kind of when they give up. Yeah, it was like after a year of living alone. I had a boyfriend who moved in with me, and yeah, that's when it stopped. They didn't expect me to move back in anymore. So yeah, that's my story. So I do feel like there's this certain kind of like the same energy here. Like, no matter what, I am not going back. I don't care if I will live in a cardboard box under a bridge, but I am not going back. That's what I feel here. And I love that for you. I love that for you. So let's get one more card for my, ooh, okay, there we go. Yes. We have 5 of Cups. I feel like you still have your worries. You do have your worries, but I do feel like you will get over them. I feel like you are just kind of like trying to scare yourself from doing what you want to do. I feel like you're trying to freak yourself out. Kind of, it's almost like your brain is like panicking. Like, are we really gonna do this? Are we really gonna do this? Have you thought about this? Have you considered that this might happen? And that's just what brains do. That's what brains do. The purpose of our brains is to keep us safe. And when you do something that kind of goes against the norm, the brain is like pulling brakes. Like, are you sure? Are you sure? No, stop. What are you doing? What are you doing? We are safe here in the now. We are safe how we are now. Why would you want to change that? But you know, the brain isn't always right. It isn't always right, because our brains are trying to keep us safe, so they help us adapt to a situation that we are in. And so breaking that pattern means like danger to the brain, when in fact, in reality, it's probably the best thing that could ever happen to us. Like, you know, getting freed, even though the norm is broken. Okay, let's say that somebody is actually being held captive. Somebody has been kidnapped, and they have been, you know, taken, or they have been in captivity for so long that is their new normal now. That is how they are living their life now. That's their life. And so they get a chance at escaping, and they wonder for a while, like, should we do it? Are we gonna do it? And their brain is like battling with itself, because, you know, I am safe here where I am now. The chances are that I will get caught, and if I get caught, maybe I will be killed, or maybe I will be punished, or something like this. But if I stay here, they will think that, you know, I've been good, and they probably won't punish me. But if I run away and I don't get caught, then I will be, you know, free. But at that moment, the word free doesn't really ring a bell, because you don't really know what that means anymore. Anyway, there is this, like, in reality, you know that being in captivity is the worst thing for you, and the best thing for you would be to be free. But your brain is it has adapted to the being in captivity being the norm, that, you know, being free is something completely different, and we don't know what that even means. And so staying in captivity would be safer for us. But, you know, that's just the brain, you know, it's illogical in that way. That was a really long explanation. I hope you understood, because it was a really weird one. The point is that your brain is panicking, but just let it panic, because that's just what it does. I think it was Mel Robbins who talked about this, like, brain panicking, pulling the brakes thing, but it was years ago, because before I watched her TED Talk. But if you're interested, her name was Mel Robbins. This wasn't the thing that she was talking about, by the way, but she was talking about the, you know, brain stopping us from doing what we want and stuff like that. It was the 5-second rule, I think. That's what it was called. Anyway, it was Mel Robbins. M-E-L and Robbins, R-O-B-B-I-N-S. I think. So yeah. I feel like that would be really beneficial to you. It was a TED Talk. TED Talk. So or some sort of something similar to that. It wasn't exactly like talking about this, but it was talking about something. Well, you know what? It could be good for you because it's, you know, it's about, you know, like unfucking yourself, like doing what you actually want to do in life. Yeah, I think that would be really good for you. So Mel Robbins, 5-second rule, and a TED Talk. So yeah. There is something there. I feel like you will be doing some inner work, something like, you know, understanding like who you are, what you want from life, what you actually have to do to achieve it. I do feel like, oh my God, we have this unity card. Seek out mentors and like-minded friends. Mel Robbins. Oh my God. I didn't even realize. Okay, yeah, that is something that you have to see. I'm gonna link, you know, in the description box under the timestamp, I'm gonna send a link to one of her videos. I think that might be really helpful for you. I'm gonna find one. So yeah, that's what I had for you. I really hope you enjoyed. I would really love to read for you again, and I hope I see you in my next one. Bye! Hello, my beautiful pile number 3. So you chose the Master Stone and the Horse Spirit. Freedom is yours. Yes, please. So, what I see with the Horse Spirit is that you have done something great. You have done something in your life that was crucial, but it was kind of like a decision that you made. That was a really tough one, and you did it. And you endured whatever backlash it brought you, and you did it. You did it. And now you're free. There is this something. It was probably an advice that you took that was a really tough one. You know, like a like a really painful advice that you really needed, and you knew that it was true, but you really didn't want to do it. So, but you did it anyway, and now you're here on the other side, and everything is wonderful. Now you understand that, you know, it actually was the only right thing to do about this. We also have Page of Earth. Good news about financial matters, wanting to do something more challenging, a new area of study. Yeah, that's kind of something I saw as well, wanting to do something more challenging. It's almost like, you know, when you do something that you weren't sure if you would be able to do, and then you do it, and then you're like, oh my God, what else can I do? That's something that I feel here. There's this excitement, this like, I'm powerful, I can do whatever I want. It's almost like, I feel like it was like a hard news for you, some sort of hard advice, something like, you know, maybe you haven't, this could be like anything. I'm just throwing some examples that I think would be like really hard choices. Like maybe you had to break up with someone and you had never broken up with anybody before, and it was really tough and really challenging. Or maybe you talked to your boss about something, like, and then you decided that you wanted to quit. Or maybe you told someone exactly what you thought about them, or something like this. Could really be anything, but there is this, like, it freed you. It's almost like you're a new person now, because it's almost like your present has changed because of this. But also you have internally changed because, or transformed, because you did something that you weren't sure if you could do, and you did it. And now it doesn't, it's almost like, do you remember in Harry Potter? Actually, I think it was only mentioned in the books, but in the 4th Harry Potter with the, come on, yeah, what was the name? Come on, the 4th Harry Potter. Oh, are you kidding me? I can only remember the title in Finnish. What was it? What was it in English? A flaming... Goblet of Fire. Yes, Goblet of Fire. There we go. Yeah, okay, there we go. In Goblet of Fire, after the first task, when he was supposed to get the egg from the dragon, after that, they were informed that there will be a Yule Ball and that he would need to get a date. And in the books, it was so challenging for him. Like, he was literally saying, like, you know, before he met the dragon, he was like, oh my god, I'm going to die. I'm going to fucking die. I'm not going to survive this. Somebody put my name in the Goblet of Fire so that, you know, the dragons could kill me. And then he did it, and he did it well, and he couldn't believe it. And after that, he was told to get a date, and he had never done anything like that. And he said to Ron, I remember in the books, like, I would much rather fight another dragon than ask anybody out. It was only because, you know, if he could choose, like, before meeting the dragon, if he could choose ask somebody out or fight a dragon, he would have obviously, you know, picked ask for a date. But now that he had already done the dragon part, he thought that the dragon thing, which was much easier. So it's kind of like that, you know? You did something that you didn't know if you could do, and then you did it, and you did it so well, and now you're like, what else can I do? And that was easy. I can do that. Why did I think that I couldn't do it? Oh dear, that was way too many. My ear is really itchy. What was I saying? Oh dear. Anyway, this transformation that you went through, this is somehow, I feel like it was something that your spirit guides were guiding you to do in the first place. It could have been about, like, breaking up with someone, cutting a toxic person out of your life, or quitting something that was harmful for you, like quitting a bad habit, or this could be like drinking or smoking or something, like you quit it and you thought that, you know, like you know, like when people quit smoking, like most people, when they have been smoking for a long time, they won't even try to quit. They just won't even try. They don't even want to try to quit. But then there are some who quit smoking, and they're like, at first that they think that, you know, it was the hardest thing that they ever had to do. But then when you are in a right mindset, you can quit, and very easily too. So we also have 8 of Fire. Events moving at a fast pace. Delays are over. Many things happening at once. Yeah. I had something more to say about the quitting thing. But, you know, like, sometimes people are so afraid of doing something that would break the norm, so that they won't even try, and they don't even dream what would it be like to you know, let's take the smoking again. Like, what would it be like to not need to go for a smoke after a dinner or something? Like, how would it feel? How would it feel not even considering it, you know? And you know, it's not easy, but when you've done it, then it feels like, you know, why didn't I do this sooner? Why didn't I do this sooner? So yeah, and now that with the 8 of Fire, I see that now that you have done this big change, whatever it may be for you, it could be literally anything. Now that you've done it, that has triggered other kind of domino effects here. Like, it has triggered some more change in your life. What this one huge change that you did, or could be that, you know, you will do it in very soon. But I do feel like for the most of you, that's why I said like you've already done it, because that is when I feel like. But now that I think about it, maybe there are some who haven't really done it yet, but they really want to, so let's include them in as well. So you may have not done it yet, but you really want to, and you're serious about it, you want to do it. This is your future now. So this huge change that you have either done already or you are soon doing, it will trigger some other change in your life. Almost like, okay, so let's say this person quit smoking, right? That alone is a huge thing, a huge awesome thing that they could have done. Like, probably the best decision they could have done in their lives, quit smoking. And now that they can like breathe better, they don't have the cough, and their lung capacity is like, you know, getting better, they are now able to exercise better. They are able to exercise more and harder and more frequently, because they don't get out of breath as quickly as they used to. And now that they can exercise more, they are going to pay more attention on what they put in their body, and this will trigger them seeing some change in the mirror. Like, maybe they're losing weight, maybe their muscles are getting a little bit more defined, and that then triggers like, I want to do more, I want to see more progress. And maybe they will go to the gym and start lifting weights, or just, you know, do more. And this all started with quitting smoking. That's where it started. So this is what I see here for you. Like, after you did this huge change here, it triggered some other good changes. Like, you know, this person went from a smoker to exercising very little to exercising a lot, and maybe, you know, where did it go? Or like going to the gym for, I don't know, 5 times a week, and being really serious about their progress, their fitness journey. And it all started with just quitting smoking. And so this is what's going to happen for you. A lot of other things are going to be transforming. This one thing, it triggers so much. So let's get some more cards here. Also, I feel like this change that you did, it's almost kind of like, it's almost like, okay, this may sound a little bit weird, but when, how do I put this? Okay, so sometimes when I want to change something in my life, I think, like, what would the best version of me, what would the most radiant, the highest, the best, the most powerful version of me, what would they do in their daily life? What kind of things would they be doing? Oh dear. Oh, okay, well, fine. We're going to take these ones that were face up. Uh-oh, there were quite a few. It's okay, it's okay. I'm gonna take these because, oop, oh, sorry. Are you okay? Good. So, oh no, I lost the train of thought. I have no idea what I was saying. I have no idea, I don't know. I'm sorry, I forgot. I hope it wasn't anything important. Right, so let's keep going. We have the star. Right, okay, now I remember. Yes, okay. So when I want to transform something in my life, or I feel like, this is something that I don't want to do, like, I don't want to, like, wake up at noon on the weekends. I would much rather like wake up earlier so that it wouldn't be so tough waking up at 6 and on a Monday again. Or maybe, I would like to lose some weight, so I need to make some okay, let's I'm so horrible at explaining things because I get these like random thoughts and I'm like, okay, let's choose this path instead. Right, okay. Okay, let's say like this. I want to lose some weight. I would think like, okay, so what would the version of me who is in my ideal weight, what would they do in their daily lives to keep that up? What would they do? And the best version of me, I feel like, would exercise every day. And that might seem crazy to some people, but for me, not so much, because I like to move my body. And it doesn't mean that, it's an hour of gym every day, 2 hours of gym every day. No, it means like a 15-minute heat training every day. And if I don't feel like it on some other days, then I can just like, do some deep stretching for half an hour a day, something like that. As long as I move my body every day, at least for like 10 minutes, that is what the best version of me would do. And also, the best version of me probably wouldn't buy chips and chocolate every single weekend, but how often would she? And what would she buy? That's what I think. When I want to change something in my life. And if you want to do this, there is another tip here. The most crucial thing in here is to also plan what would the best version of you do when things are not going great. Like, think about those moments in your life where, you would feel most likely to cheat on your diet. Let's say, after work, instead of going to home to make dinner, you have to go shopping. You have to go buy something from different kind of stores, and it takes a long while, and you haven't had any dinner. So you probably want to get a bite somewhere around the city. It's probably going to be a fast food place. And so this then triggers you feeling kind of like tired when you get home. You don't want to make dinner because you just ate, but because it was fast food that you ate, you probably want some like other snacks, maybe like some chocolate or something like this, and maybe then you probably just want to go to the couch and watch TV, and this fast food just made you feel really sluggish and dull. And it all started with getting junk food because you were hungry. So what would the best version of you do in that situation when they are hungry and they don't have anything to eat? They probably would go to somewhere else where they could get like a healthy dinner, or they would have a snack with them. Maybe they would have like a snack bar in the bag at all times, so that if they get hungry, they wouldn't feel tempted to go buy junk food or something like this. Or perhaps they would have like an extra lunch at work. Like after work ends, they have an extra lunch after their shift, and then they go shopping. You know, something like this. Like you have to think like that. That is how I bring transformation in my life. I don't know, I don't remember anymore why I said those things, like what was the point, but I hope you remember because I have no idea. Let's keep going then. I'm sorry, I really forgot. Sometimes I like start explaining something, then I forget the whole point of it. I'm sorry. So we have this Page of Swords. Yeah, so this will also trigger some ideas. Like all these little things are going to be triggered. You feel like you will have more money, more energy, more resources, more time to do things that you love, and you get more ideas, there are more things that you want to try, more things that you want to do. And we also have the Sun. So whatever you want to do, you will succeed. There will be some really great things happening for you here. We also have Three of Cups. I feel like for somehow you kind of like start realizing like who your true friends are. Like maybe something happened, maybe this transformation that, you know, happened or is going to happen, some people kind of like let you go, or you let them go, or you broke up with them, or they broke up with you. But somehow that also triggered for you to understand who your friends actually are and who are the people you want to keep in your life. There is this kind of like blessing here. Okay, so we have Queen of Wands. This card is my what I see as like, you know, look what I did, like look what I've done, I'm so excited, I'm so proud of what I've done, like look, I made this. So like I said, like there's something you made, something you did, some sort of change you triggered that was all you, all completely you, and you did it yourself, and everything is now fucking amazing. There's just this energy. It's almost like you're living again. We also have King of Swords. I don't know. There are so many good cards here. Like all the amazing, like you're a warrior. I feel like you may have been like stuck for a very long time in this place where you didn't really know where you were going, what you were doing, like what was going on. But I feel like that was your charging. You were recharging back then. I had a moment like that in my life, and that took about 2 years. And it was hard. And I feel like you're now like just getting out of that recharging mode where nothing is really happening, but a lot of it is happening internally. You're very tired, you're very sleepy, you need a lot of rest, you don't have a lot of energy. That's because you're recharging. And either soon or you just have gotten out of it, And now you can do whatever you want. Whatever you can imagine, whatever you want for yourself. It's all there up for grabs. And you can have them anytime you like. Like there is this energy of like checking out dreams, checking out goals like one after the other. Like, I want this in my life, I'm gonna go for it. And now I've got it, I'm gonna go for this one, this is what I want. And now I've got it, and now I'm gonna go for this one. There's like check, 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 check. Like checking out goals and dreams. And there is this streak of success here, and it's all you. And I feel like now you may be thinking like, well, do I deserve all that? Like, yes, of course you do. Why wouldn't you? There is this, I kind of see like this pessimistic thing coming through here. I feel it kind of nagging here. Stop. If you're feeling that way, fucking stop. Because this is like, all of this is here for you. But the only thing you need to do is to trust that and believe that you're worth it. There is this like, I don't know, you know Rapunzel? You know the song? Oh, hold on. 7 a.m. the usual morning, night up. The floors are clean. I don't know, I'm a horrible singer, I'm sorry. That sounded probably really bad. But you know the song, you know. I don't remember. You know the song, you know. Like she is singing about like, you know, day to day I do all of these things, like I clean, I cook, I read a book, I reread my books, I dance, I do chess, I have all these little hobbies, but I'm just waiting for my actual life to fucking begin. I just want to get out of my tower and live my life, and until I can, until I'm there, I'm just gonna keep doing the same things over and over again every day. And yeah, so, but the difference is that she's expecting it. She's expecting her life to begin. Like, when will my life begin? She's expecting it. But I feel like if you really go with the pessimistic route here, it's almost like you think that that is your life. And that's all that there is going to be. And that is not true. So completely not true. So, yeah. You have to understand that you're worth it. You're worth everything and more. So this is what I have for you. I really hope you enjoyed. I would really love to read for you again. And I hope I see you in my next one. Bye! Hello, my beautiful pile number 4. So you chose the Aventurine and the Squirrel Spirit. Believe in yourself. Okay. So with the Squirrel Spirit, I see that you have been preparing for something. You have either been saving money or saving resources, getting things in order, decluttering, getting ready for something mentally, making room for something. Either way, you have been preparing for something for quite a while. it almost feels like you were guided to start preparing for something. Something is coming, and you know that something is coming, but I'm not sure if you know what that something is, or if you have an idea of what it could be, or if you know exactly what it is. It really could be anything. Okay, so we have King of Fire. Focus, focus, focus. Communicate with vision and be a leader. Advice from someone creative. Okay. Yeah, there is something you have been preparing for. I think that it might be a new stage in life. There is something you want to do, something you want to achieve, and you've been preparing for it. You've been laying down the foundation. And you have worked really hard for it. Pile number 4, Spirit Guides. We have the Lovers, intimate relationships, carefully weigh your decisions, good health. Okay, it could be... Wait a minute, this could also be about manifesting things. Have you been trying to manifest a person to come into your life? A soulmate? Have you been trying to manifest a person? If you have, they are coming. And if you haven't, they are coming. Either way, they are coming, or you have already found them. It could be if you're already with someone, there will be this certainty. There will be this certainty about if this is in fact the soulmate or if this person is not the soulmate. There will be this certainty. And well, yeah. Oh, okay. We have High Priestess then. Yes, you have definitely been manifesting something. For some of you, it is actually a person. And for some of you, it is an opportunity. Yeah, it's an opportunity for some of you. It could also be that you have been manifesting both. No. Perkele. I'm sorry. I swore in Finnish. Let's keep moving on. So. Oh, there we go. We have Empress as well. Yes, there is something. There is some sort of project that you do want to start. It could be a business. Almost like a like a company or a business or a project. It's almost going to become like your baby. Like, this is my baby. And you have been laying the groundwork for this, and you've been doing it for quite a while. I feel like it has... I feel like you have needed to prepare for it, like to save money so that you can start doing this, or so that you can focus on it. Or, oh no, I dropped some cards. Or let's say that you had a job and you wanted to start your own business, but you couldn't just leave the old place. You had to give in your notice, you had to work until, you know, your contract was up, and you had to train your the person who was going to fill in for you, and perhaps you needed to save money at the same time as well. So there was a lot of things that you had to do, and you have been manifesting this. I feel like you have been doing every manifestation trick that there is, and that manifestation is finally coming through. And it's been a long time waiting. I feel like you have almost like tried to give up at some points. Like there were moments where you were desperate, like, well, is this ever going to come through, or what is it, what's going on, what is blocking this? And it just wasn't the right time. It just wasn't the right time. You needed some more experience, some more wisdom. Basically, what I'm being told is that what we needed from you was to lay down that foundation first. You needed to experience things so that you would know what to do, what you needed. And after you had done all that, then we could bring this in so that it would be stable on a great foundation and not on some wobbly piece of crap stones that are not holding it up properly. Because if it would come down, then that would be it. So they had to make sure that you really have that foundation properly set, so that when they would send this thing on their way to you, then you would work it out. We also have the Temperance. That's interesting. I need some more information for the Temperance, because there are a lot of messages that I get from it, and it seems to be a little bit... Okay. Right. Okay. So we have... Oh, right. I have to show you. We have 10 of Cups and Ace of Wands. So basically you have been manifesting your soul purpose and a person to spend your life with, your soulmate. So the soulmate part is definitely coming. You are getting your soulmate, and it's coming very soonish. I'm actually going to get a timing for you. I'm gonna pick... Let's do it in threes. I'm gonna give 3 cards and you pick one. I will give you a few seconds to pick one, and then that will be your timing. So what will be the timing for my pile number 4? When is their soulmate coming in for pile 1? And then we have pile 2. Those who have a message in pile 2 will be drawn to this card. Those who have a message in pile 3 will be drawn to which card? Those who have a message in pile 3 will be drawn to which card? Okay, this one then. Right. So choose your card, pause if you need to. This will be the timing of when your soulmate is coming in. Okay, if you're ready. If you're not ready, pause. If you're ready, let's go. If you pick this card... Sorry guys, my camera cut out there for a second. So we're gonna pick the first one then. So that is 7 of Wands, Bravery. So wands are weeks, so that would be 7 weeks. But they're, with the Bravery card, it's almost like it requires, I feel like you're both kind of shy-ish, like kind of shy, kind of like, you know, you ask me out, no, you ask me out, I don't know. That was so dumb, but I don't know, I kind of feel that there is this shyness going on, and it requires courage from one of you to finally ask somebody out. So I'm gonna say 7 months for you guys, and then we have 3 of Pentacles, action. So Pentacles are normally years. So, and with the action card, this is a difficult one. So I'm going to say within 3 years, this person is going to come into your life. But I also see that it's like moving, it's coming to you, it's on its way already. There is no stopping this now that it has started to move. So, yeah. It could come sooner than 3 years, but within 3 years. 3 years is the line here. And something has happened. If like, sometimes there can be some blockages when I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain, but sometimes we may decide to do things or not to do things that will stop something from coming for now. Like it's going to pause for a second. So I don't see that there is any pause here. I feel like everything is going exactly as they should for this person to come forward. So I'm saying within 3 years. Remember, it could be tomorrow because that is within 3 years, but 3 years is the maximum here. And next one we have, wait a second, I also want to say something before this. So this is the action card. I just got a message when I saw this card. So I'm just going to turn this over because I lost the message again. So for those who chose the second card, it requires some sort of action from you. You have to keep doing something in order to keep this flowing to you. Kind of the same way, like here I said, like it requires courage from one of you to actually start this thing. But with the second card, it requires some sort of action. Like perhaps you're the one who has to ask somebody out, and that's the action that is required. Or the action that is required is to keep doing what you're doing, because perhaps you will be meeting this person in this new job that you're entering, or in this new life that you're going to start living. There's some action that is required. And so the third pile, this is second, or well, 2 of Pentacles, and that would be within 2 years then. That card is called Change. And for those who chose a third card, well, basically what is required is some sort of change in order to bring this person through. I feel like it is the thing that we have been discussing here all along. Perhaps it's when your manifestations have actually come through, and that is when the change begins. But there is some sort of change that is coming before this person is going to come into their lives. But it could also be that they have some change to go through before they can meet you. That is also a possibility. But the fact is, I think that when you start living this life that is promised to you, that is coming, that you have been manifesting, you automatically change. You change into someone you were supposed to be. And after this change, I feel like maybe perhaps this is about like what you deserve and what you don't deserve. Like maybe after you have gone through this change, you understand your value, you understand your worth. And that's how you kind of understand what you want from a relationship, what you want, what kind of person do you want to spend your life with, what do you want to do with them. Oh no, I'm so sorry, that was a big yawn. I usually can't stop my yawns, I'm very sorry. Yeah, so some sort of change is required. It's not about, because I feel like you may be like saying it this way, which is not true. I'm not saying that you're not good enough for this person as you are right now. I am saying that because perhaps you don't see your worth, perhaps you have made some foolish choices when you have been choosing boyfriends or girlfriends for yourself. It all comes from this, some sort of like, well, insecurities basically. So there is something, perhaps it's your insecurities or your sense of worth or your self-love, something is not right here for this person to come in just yet. And so therefore it requires some sort of little change here. And you yourself know what that change must be, because, well, you're you, and I don't know, there are a lot of people out there. So basically, well, the whole entire point is that there is a person coming for you. There is somebody coming for you. You're going to spend the rest of your life with them, because you have the 10 of Cups, you have the happily ever after card. I mean, look at this thing. It's the happily ever after card. And you also have the Lovers. So you're set. In that sense, you are all set. Also, now that I took away these cards and I see these original cards once more, I see that the change that was suggested, it could be the change that you will step into right now, the new life basically. When these things that you're manifesting, I'm not talking about the person yet, I'm talking about the project, I'm talking about I think it has something to do with a job. Maybe you want to work for yourself, maybe you want to create content, or really anything. But I feel like it has something to do with work. Something to do with work. Or doing what you love. Yeah, so that alone can trigger quite a change in you. I'm gonna get one more card for you. Do we have the final message for a beautiful pile number 4s? One last message. Okay, well, that was perfect. We have King of Wands. So this card, it's for me. Wait a minute, we have King of Wands as well. We have one here. Okay, so this one said focus, focus, focus. Communicate with vision and be a leader. Advice from someone creative. Right. So yeah, well, let's start with this one though. The way I see the King of Wands in this particular deck, I see this lion here. I look at him as Aslan from Narnia, and that tells me that you're being heavily guided into doing something. And so whatever this thing is, whatever you want to do, that is something that your spirit guides are guiding you to do, that you're being guided for it. It's your destiny, it's your soul purpose. And there is this, you have been preparing for it, you have been manifesting it, you have been wanting it, and it's almost there. It's like, imagine like the squirrel spirit, like, you know, like a squirrel. All summer the squirrels will like try to find acorns for winter, and now it's a fall, at least it's fall in Finland. You know, I don't know when acorns are. Now I'm thinking scientifically. Well, doesn't matter. Doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't fucking matter. Anyway, right. So the squirrel, it prepares for winter, right? It prepares for winter. That is the whole mission in summer, and I think probably making babies as well. But that might be in spring. I'm not sure. I don't know. So yeah. So you have been preparing for winter. You have been preparing for this thing. You have been preparing for this thing to come, for this thing to start, and it's just about to start, if it hasn't already. So there is this like a leader thing coming through here. Like you have to be a leader, or perhaps you want to work for yourself, and there might be someone it would be a good thing to ask advice from, somebody who already is doing what you're doing. But anyway, the whole point in this reading is that you need to believe in yourself. That is the whole point in here. You have to believe that you're worthy, that this is what you want, that this is your purpose, this is your destiny. You have to believe it with your whole heart. And after that, your soulmate will come along, if it hasn't already. Either way, soulmates are coming for you. You won't spend your life alone, that is certain. But yeah, you just have to believe in yourself. You really, really do. And you've been doing so great, you've worked so hard, and now it's time for the action. It's almost like you have been preparing for a play, like rehearsing. And it's, you know, you've been rehearsing for so long, and soon it will be the night when you're actually, like people are going to come to watch your play. That is what it feels like. Okay. So this is what I had for you. I really hope you enjoyed. I would really love to read for you again, and I hope I see you in my next one. Bye! Hello, my beautiful pile number 5s. So you chose the rose quartz and the grasshopper spirit. Oh my god, I don't know. Have you been in those? If you're a new one here, then you don't probably understand what I'm talking about. But I use this deck quite a lot, and this particular card, is that one card that has been popping up in every single damn reading where I have used this deck. And there was only one that it wasn't, because I took it out before, because I was so sick of seeing that one's face. But because there has been, I don't know, like 15 times that I've used this deck in a reading, and there it is again. So if you have been in those previous piles where you have been seeing this card, let's get really deep into it so that hopefully we'll never have to see it again, okay? I mean, it's a good card, it's a nice card, it's a beautiful card, but, you know, time to shake things up a bit, isn't it? Okay, so, with the grasshopper spirit, I see, especially if you haven't seen it before in my readings, and, like more than once, there is a chance that there has been an opportunity for you to do something and you have been ignoring it for quite a while. There is that possibility here. So let's see what this Angel Tarot deck has to say about it. Okay. So we have, okay, 9 of air, expecting the worst, self-fulfilling prophecies, sleepless nights. So that makes sense, especially if you are worried about like moving forward, taking that leap, because it can be quite scary. Of course it can. But the thing is, well, basically, if it was easy, if it wasn't scary at all, everybody would be doing it. And you know, it's not easy, and that's why a lot of people won't do it. Do you remember in Divergent when Triss, it was in the very beginning, like at the initiation, where they had to jump on the train and then jump off the train, and then they had to jump off that building into the hole, and they couldn't see anything that was under there, that was like below. And then Triss decides to jump first, even though, like, you know, she had no idea what was down there and stuff, and she still decided to jump just because she was different. She was like that. Like, she had this way of her, like, being scared made her feel alive, kind of way. And so yeah, I kind of see that for you. Like, suddenly you're not so scared anymore. Okay, we have 2 cards here. Let's take these. We have 10 of Earth, a very happy family life, financial security, finding magic in the little things in life. And then we have the Emperor, organization and logic, structure and discipline, leadership. Okay. I'm gonna move these a little bit so I can make them look nice and tidy, if I can. It's not really easy, is it? Right. So, good enough. So yeah. Right, so basically, I see that you have been really worried. You don't want to really do it. You don't want to do the jump. Perhaps you're afraid of heights. It's just, you know, it's safe up here. You don't know what's down there. And it doesn't seem like a good idea to jump that far without knowing if there's a net or anything under there or down there. But yeah. But also you can't stay on that cliff. That's not your place anymore. Your place is down there, whatever it may be. That is what I'm seeing with that. You don't belong on the cliff. You don't belong on the cliff anymore. It's time. So we have 10 of Cups. So you are going to, basically, taking this leap of faith, it would be a good thing. I feel like it would be a forever thing, kind of like rest of your life kind of thing. Like whatever it is. It could be that you have a crush on somebody and you've been wondering if you should ask them out or not. And the answer is yes, you should. And if it's about employment, maybe you want to work for yourself, you want to try and like build your own company, or you have this thing that you have invented and you want to see if it will become successful or not, go for it. You know, whatever it may be. It could be so many different things. It could be a project, it could be creating content, it could be doing art, it could be whatever, making music, whatever it feels like. Whatever it is, you have to go ahead and do it. Because especially if this grasshopper spirit has been haunting you specifically, then please take this as the last motherfucking time when you have to see that card. Just make sure that this is the last time now. I get the point, like, you know, like, I understand, I get the point. I need to take that leap of faith, and I'll take it now. That's what I want to hear. So we have Six of Swords. Basically, what I see here, if you look at the girl, she has a suitcase, and she is not actually moving the boat. It's the birds that are like guiding the boat. And the thing is, she's not even looking at where she's going. She's just trusting that the birds know what they are doing. And if you look at that, they have hit the shore. They are already there. And she doesn't even notice. So, yeah. You are getting there. You just have to trust that you are moving the right way. Because I feel like you are very protected. You're very guided. There's a lot of energy around you. And they all just want you to succeed. But it's like your worries are weighing you down so much that it's incredible that you're able to stand upright, you know. Oh, that's too many. Pile number 5, Spirit Guides. Pile number 5. What messages do my pile number 5s need to hear from the animal spirit guides? Okay. Right, so we have Six of Pentacles. This is something that you have to do yourself. I feel like this has something to do with your hands, actually. There are so many moving parts that you need to figure out, even after taking that leap. And I feel like it requires you to become organized like never before. There are so many things that you need to learn, sort of. Like how to handle these things, how to work these things out, and so on. And you're going to figure it out, but it's going to be hard work. But the first thing you need to do is to actually get there, to actually take that leap. And then we have Temperance. There has been this fight, this internal fight, like, am I going to do it? If I do it, then how will it go? Like, what if I just stay here and don't do it at all? But then I will be miserable, and then I will be always thinking like, well, what could have been? And that is the worst punishment of life, isn't it? Always having to wonder, what if? And you could have had the chance to find out what it would have been. I think that would be the worst punishment. You definitely have to see this through. Like, imagine all the good things that could come out of this, and you didn't do it because of what? You were scared, or because you wanted things to stay the way they were. The fact is that things never stay the way they have been for a very long time. They never stay the same. So, and it's almost like, I think it was actually, was it Jim Carrey who said this? He said that his dad wanted to be a comedian, but he never thought it could happen for him, so he decided to take a safe job as an accountant or something quite boring, and he made the safe, sensible choice because it would have been too crazy to become a comedian. But then later, like decades later, he was laid off from that job, and that safe, sensible decision turned out to be not so safe and sensible. So Same sort of goes for you. The safe and sensible thing would be to refuse to take that leap, but it could be that eventually that cliff would crumble down and you would fall on your face anyway, but this time there would be no net underneath because you missed your chance. There is that possibility, very real possibility. So either way, I think that this is a must-do. And I also feel like there is this like kingdom or queendom. There is something that awaits you, some sort of success, something that I want to say a following. Like maybe this has something to do with social media or making videos or something. Oop. Okay. We also have Four of Cups. So this card is all about worrying and thinking, like, you know, it's sort of like, oh, I wish I had this. Oh, I wish I had that. Oh, I wish I would have this and that and this, but nothing ever happens. Nothing ever happens. And so it does. There will be a cup with every color of the rainbow in it to make your life a little bit more interesting. But it's just this, there is a leap of faith that you need to have. It's almost like either way you're going to be pushed off that cliff if you wanted it or not. Like either way you're gonna get off there. There is no way for you to stay there. That's something that I see here. Like either way this is going to happen, but you can get on top of it or you can get like ran over by it. So pile number 5. Okay. Right, so we have the Hierophant. So there is this it's almost like the future you is kind of like laughing at the present you. That's something that I see here. Like they're like like, oh my god, why did I like keep wondering about it for so long? Why didn't I just jump? Why didn't I just do it? Like if I had known like all the things that are on the other side, I would have never. It's like it's easy to laugh when this person, this higher version of you is already on the other side, and watching you struggle. Because you're scared a little bit, and I don't know, it's kind of like heartwarming, but also kind of, well, it's easy for you to say because you know they have already done it and so on. So we also have the 5 of Pentacles. So this card is all about wanting to find a way out but refusing to see the way out. Kind of like, I know what I need to do to get out of this situation and here is my key, but I don't want to use this key. I want to use some other thing. You know, it's almost like, oh my god, I'm getting like these memories of like I think it was like a video series from someone who, it was like, hold on, I was like 5 things my toddler got upset about today, and it's always like weird things, like she wanted a banana but she didn't want the banana to be opened or something like this. That's kind of what I see here. Like, you know what you have to do, but you have been refusing to do it for so freaking long. And you know exactly what it is that you need to be done. You just don't want to do it. But I do think that you do. I think there is just something just really blocking you. I feel like you will do it when you really have no other way. But I wish you would do it sooner. Either way, you're gonna have to do it. We have 7 of Wands. I'm losing my voice because I've been talking for so long. I don't know. There is this potential inside of you that is just trying to find a way out, a way to exist. And for now you have been blocking it, but it's like fighting to get out. That's why I've been saying, like, either way you're gonna have to jump off, because it needs a way to manifest into reality. You have so much potential and it needs to be let out. And so I feel like you will find a way. There is this, like, you know, I'm trying to think. Well, yeah, I don't know. It's really, I think you know that you need to do it. I just don't know what is stopping you. I don't know what it is. Maybe nothing is stopping you anymore. Maybe you have now realized that you need to do it, and I don't have anything else to say. But either way, it has to be done. It has to be done. But what I can promise you is that it's going to be amazing down there. It's going to be awesome. Whatever you whatever you wanted to manifest, it's coming. You have that happily ever after promise to you. And you just have to jump and see what's down there. Like, the spirits are not even, like, telling me, like, what's in there. Like, the whole time that I've been talking about, like, you have to take that leap. But they haven't told me what's down there except for the happily ever after. It's because you have to find it out for yourself. You have to take that leap and go and watch what's out there. I can't tell you what's in there. So this is what I had for you. I really hope you enjoyed. I would really love to read for you again, and I hope I see you in my next one. Bye! Hello, my beautiful pile number 6. So you chose the clear quartz and the flamingo spirit. Embrace the in-between. So there is this message about, at the same time, like, enjoying the future, but at the same time, like, visualizing your future, and then thinking of the past. There is this balance between all 3 of them. Because, as you know, there are people who are very focused, like me, who are very focused on the future, and they forget about the present. And then there are those who are being held captive by their past, and, you know, they won't think about the present either, and they never think about the future. But you have this very good balance between all of them, or at least that is what your spirit guides would like you to have. Okay, we have a 9 of water. Your wish comes true, concerns fade away, a love of life. Yes, 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 yes. There's something that you are manifesting, something that will sort of help you embrace the present. I feel like perhaps you have been wishing for money, or you have been wishing for a vacation or something that helps you love the present. like vacations tend to have that effect on people. That's kind of what I see for you as well. Oh yes, I do see a vacation. Like, even think about flamingo. Like, that's a, a vacation bird, isn't it? I totally see a vacation here. Yeah. And if you don't have a vacation coming up, maybe that's the message. Maybe you need a vacation. So we have 10 of water, a contented and rewarding family life. Your emotional and material needs are met. Trustworthy relationships. Oh, I love that. I love that for you. Let's make some more space because there was another card here. We have 2 of fire. You have come into your own. New partnerships and or contracts continue to move forward. Okay, so perhaps this is about a career change. Perhaps maybe that's the vacation you're going to quit or something. I don't know, I kind of see that for some of you. Like leaving a job that you don't like anymore or never really enjoyed. Okay. So, pile number 6. Okay. We have 7 of Swords. Yeah, I do feel like but also this could be about someone. I feel like there was someone untrustworthy in your life, or someone you just didn't trust, or someone who was kind of didn't feel right. This could be a person in the job or in your life otherwise, but I feel like you know exactly who this person is. Someone, I'm also seeing like lies or like just like yelling. And someone who kind of crept in the shadows. Like this person's intentions were hidden. But I feel this could also mean like being unhappy in a workplace, or having a person in a workplace who didn't value you or something like this. We have 10 of Cups here. So we did also have here, wait, this is the same card, 10 of Water and 10 of Cups. A contented and rewarding family life. Your emotional and material needs are met. Trustworthy relationships. So this could also be about a relationship, this person that I was talking about. Someone who lied and kind of like hid something, like, you know, like he's kind of like a, I don't know if he's like a thief or maybe like an assassin, I'm not sure. But I also see that you may have been cheated in your past relationships. Because these did come right next to each other. I do feel like, maybe this hasn't come out yet, but I do feel like somebody in your immediate circle is not being honest with you. You probably know this already and know who this person is. In my opinion, it could be a significant other. But this is the thing. If you already have those doubts, then this is probably it. But if you're like, no, we have a perfect relationship, we're like very in love and very stable and everything is perfect, then it's probably not this person then. Or maybe this could be someone in your past. I feel like you have an idea though who this might be. It's either at work or in your relationship. Could be also a friend who is trying to do something sketchy. Somebody here is doing something suspicious though. Somebody is suspicious. So, whatever it is though, you will get over it. And if this is a person that you loved or a significant other or something like this, know that they weren't your soulmate. Your soulmate is coming if it's not this person. Either way, in the end, you will be very happy and you will have that family you want. Will have that soulmate that you wanted. Either way, that is coming. If it's this person or not, I can't tell you. It really depends on you. So then we have Page of Swords. I kind of feel like this should be like this the way. That's kind of what I feel like here. So let's put that one there. I feel like this is the right order here. There is this freedom, there is this like, whoever this person may be who you don't really quite trust, letting them go will be rather easy and it will bring you this sense of power, this like, I value myself, I know my worth and I know that I don't deserve this kind of treatment. And there is this self-love, this experience with yourself, like knowing who you are and not, it's almost like this cheating doesn't really affect you. It's almost like, I'm not saying that you didn't love this person, I'm saying that it was almost more like a relief when this turned out to be so, or when this turns out to be something. Remember, it doesn't have to be a significant other. It could be a friend or a co-worker or something like this. Could be whoever. Could be someone in the past as well. Somebody, this could be just old news by now. So there is this, it just makes you feel empowered more like you know how some people, when they get cheated on, they kind of like break down like, what's wrong with me? You know, why did that happen to me? How could they do this to me? But it's almost like you realize the whole thing behind this. Like, it was never about you. It was never because you did something wrong or because you weren't enough. It was because of them, because they didn't feel enough. So they had to go look for something else on the side to get a feeling of something. But it wasn't like you weren't giving that to them. It was more like they had no idea what they wanted and that they didn't see what they had. So, I don't know, but this somehow triggers this self-love journey. Or some sort of a thing, some sort of idea, something that you want. I don't know, hold on, let me take a look at this. I don't know, it's strange. I'm not sure. Because I was looking at these, like, what are these, like webs, or are they like, I don't know what they are. I have no, is it like a web? I don't know, I have no idea. And when you do, there is this message of like, embracing single life. It could also be that you have been single this whole time. But it could be, then it might be that something in the past is still dragging you down. So if this card that I've been talking about is not a person at this time at all, it could be that something from your past you have not let go of, that is still kind of like preying on you, it's still haunting you. That has to be let go of. And right, okay, so I have a message here. If this is about a past thing or past something and not a person here now in the present. Sorry, I've been doing this for a very long time. Here is something that I want you to try. Close your eyes and imagine that you have no past. Imagine that you will get complete amnesia after you close your eyes. That you have no past. You don't know anything that ever happened to you. You don't know what you like. You're just you. You're just who you are at this moment. And you have no past. You're just you in the now. How do you feel? Do you feel lighter? Do you feel free? Do you feel comfortable? Light? Awesome? I do. I usually do when I do that. So when this thing creeps up on you, you have to understand you're not your past. Everything that happened, all the things that you did, how you reacted in the past, that you did that because that was the way you thought at that time would be the best way to handle it. And you can't blame yourself for not having the information or the knowledge or the wisdom that you have now, because you simply didn't know better. So accept it, just accept it and let it go. Like, it happened, so fucking what? Who remembers? Who here remembers except for me? It's almost like, you know how if you think like people usually, like, well, me too, like they keep like thinking about these embarrassing things that they happened to them in their lives, and they remember all of them, all the embarrassing things that ever happened. And sometimes you're hit in the face with a new one that you already had forgotten, and now you remember that again, like something super embarrassing. And then when you think about other people, like pick a person in your life and think about 5 embarrassing things that ever happened to them. You might be able to figure out like maybe 2, 3. I have never been able to remember 5 embarrassing things about other person's life, even if I have known them for decades. That's because we just don't pay that much attention. And I can guarantee you nobody remembers your 5 embarrassing moments either. You're the only one who can remember them. Anyway, I do feel like you have been manifesting, if you have been single, you have been manifesting this person to come in your life. They are going to come for sure. But there is this message about enjoying being single. And if you're not single, if you have already found this person, then you have no desire. Then you probably have no desire to have that feeling of being single. And then we have 10 of Pentacles. and Knight of Wands. There will be a lot of reasons to celebrate soon. I don't know, I think that you just have this... There will be this fire ignited in you suddenly, very soon. Like, there are so many good things happening here. And there is just this, like, feeling of pure joy, just enjoying where you are right now, not worrying about what's going to happen in the future or who remembers all the embarrassing moments in your past. You're just enjoying where you are right now, kind of like in between all of those different areas, like future, past, present. You're kind of like surfing through all of them, kind of nicely. There is this beautiful balance between them. You're not like obsessed about your future, and you're not held captive by your past, and you're not so deeply invested in the present that you forget your future and your past. There's this awesome balance there. And then kind of soon, I actually see it kind of soon. This is a message also. If you're single, there might be a wedding soon, and you might meet somebody there. That's a random message, maybe just for one of you, but there's a message about meeting someone at the wedding, and I don't know whose wedding that may be. So let's take another card. Pile number 6. Okay, we have a 2 of Wands. There are 2 messages here. I feel like you have this thirst to explore places. The vacation. Oh yeah, I already forgot about the vacation. But yeah, there's a, you know, there's a globe, and then there is a, like a van with a surfboard. I'm gonna show you. Look, they're totally about to go on a vacation. I love that for you, and I feel like you might be going there. If you, maybe you want to go there alone and you will meet somebody there, because there in this card, you know, she has that one wand, but then there's another, but it feels like there's nobody else in the house. So who does that wand belong to? And she clearly wants to go on a vacation, so is she going to find this person on the vacation? Could be. That could be one explanation. So one last card. That's one last message for my beautiful pile number 6. Uh-oh, too many. Uh-oh. Okay. One last card for my beautiful pile number 6. Okay. Yeah, okay, we have Ace of Swords. Yeah. It's almost like your whole mind is going to be expanded. I feel like it's this vacation that we have been talking about. A lot of things will change. So if there is an opportunity that you will go on a vacation alone or with somebody, you have to go. There is something incredible will happen to you over there. And if you don't have anything like this planned, you could go on a tiny trip, maybe a road trip or something. You need to see some different places for now. So this is what I had for you. I really hope you enjoyed. I would really love to read for you again, and I hope I see you in my next one. Bye!